Alright guys, this is the Magna, its natural habitat. So in WA, you can get 10 cents a can. So there's your boot release. Got some 4 or 5 bags here. About another 7 in there. This is the sort of thing the Magna was meant to do, and this is how Magna gets treated. This is more of the Magna's natural environment. Doing stuff that you should probably do. So you got that boot full of stuff, you got this cram packed, you've got beanbag in there, and it's gone straight to the tip. Okay guys, this is my 2000 Magna Verado. So this is the Verado, so this is a slightly nicer one. I was going to clean it up a bit, but I wanted to show you guys the real $2,000 car experience. Okay, you're going to drive this to have a daily to get to work and nice and cheaply. So I'm getting about 8.8 litres per 100, which isn't terrible for a 3.5 litre from 2000. You'll get range to empty, you'll get your total fuel, and yeah, your average. You can see it's done about 325,000 kilometers, which is a respectable amount of miles. I'll bring that up on the screen. It comes with a 4 CD stacker, a cassette player, and climate control. You get a little bit of this fake wood paneling in the Verada. You get a nice little cubby over there. You get glove box. You get these little side storages here. And you get lights, of course, interior lights. You also get a sunroof. And I'm going to be honest with you here. It's a bit dicky, but it does work. Here we go. Now look, as far as the exterior and interior of this car goes, it's rougher than a sleepover at P. Diddy's house, but for $2,000, you're getting all this, you're getting cruise control, you're getting like a nice powertrain. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the Magna's always been my 4th choice for Australian sedans. You get electric windows, electric mirrors as well. But honestly, for $2,000, can't complain. You know, some of the switches are a little dicky, so you need to hold it in. I'm just going to show you around the car as well. And yeah, your cruise control is just here. Your dimmer, turn off your traction control for whatever reason. And don't forget ashtray, because it's 2000. The cigarettes aren't bad for you yet. And 2 airbags and some ABS. Nice little touch with these Veradas is you get these little side lights as well. A common fault is this glue always fails. I've just taped it up, but I'll probably silicone it up soon. Get a little hidey hole to get into your boot. This is a long boy, and for $2,000 I also got these quite tasteful factory mags. Do need to replace the tyres on this. I got a tow ball. With the Verada, you get this little thing for the reversing light, which does make it look a little bit smarter. But at the end of the day, a Magna is what a Magna is. And a Magna is your 4th choice. So if you look at the size of this boot, I mean, I've got a big thing of oil, jack, you know, cross member, a thing for the factory thing for the jack, a spare tyre under here, a laptop, a big archive box, and the connections for the tow ball, and it's still got plenty of room for many a third shop. And yeah, it's a long boy. You can see the front. I think, for me personally, I think the front of these cars are the ugliest parts, but I'll let you be the judge. I think from the side you can kind of see what they were going for, and it actually looks nice. And then from the back it's kind of passable, and from the front you kind of get that ugly bit of a face, but it is what it is. A couple of $1,000, I'm not going to complain. Let's have a look at this 3.5 big motor. I mean, have a look at it. So there's actually a bit of history behind this V6. So originally the Magnus L came out with 2.3s, and what they had was a Galant, I think it was, and they'd bought the Valiant station, so they bought some stuff off Chrysler to make cars in Australia, but the Galant was too small. It was a 4-seater. So what they did was I think it was for about $50 million, they had to design a new sedan, which even at the time was a tiny amount of money. And it came out with a 2.3, and they went on about the smoothness of the car. They always went on about the smoothness of the car. But what Australians wanted, it's not what they needed, but what Australians wanted is that we live for the weekend over here. So we wanted something that could tow boats, could tow caravans. It didn't matter if we had one, we wanted one that could do it. So eventually they brought out this V6, but it was still front-wheel drive, so it never quite caught on. But this is where those big 3.5 V6s sort of came about, because originally it was always the 2.3, which worked fine for doing sedan stuff, but not so much for doing ute stuff, even though it's not a ute. And you'll see, look, she's got about 330,000 kilometers on it, so she does burn a little bit of oil. So you'll notice this guy here. It's the funnel I made when I went to the service station and realized it was running a little bit weird. It felt a little bit funny. Check the oil, bugger all oil. So I bought the cheapest oil they had and made a funnel with some bottle in the back of my car rather than paying an extra $8, and she's done. But yeah, I've been pretty happy with it so far. I mean, I bought it in January. We're now looking at almost June. I'll probably pass it on to somebody else before the end of the year. Aircon's cold, heater's hot. Cruise control works, automatic, that's all you really need to get to work and back.